Good evening to the participants of the SLW-616. Karibusana, you are welcome to the today class of my hybrid class, which is said to be the blended mode, sometimes physical and sometimes virtual class. Okay. Welcome. Anyone can unmute and read what I posted on the screen? Participants, welcome to the students of the SLW-616. As illustrated by the old magazine, possession is the 10th of the law, that is the virtual class of the 14-01-2023, hosted by Professor Dr. Mohammed Saheb Hussain. Yes, if you happen to see my yesterday class, and of course, the yesterday class in the sense earlier class, what I want to say is, in earlier class that we dealt up to this extent, and there we discussed in the standard model of the risk allocation, goods are state contingent. Commodities, for example, an ample in the state 0 is considered as a different good than ample in the state 1. Treating goods as a state contingent commodities has the advantage of allowing direct application of the standard analysis of the exchange, but has the disadvantage of the abstracting from the real institutional issues. So this topic is from there we are discussing about the law and economics, and where I left the topic regarding the law and contract, economic contract. And economic efficiency, how far it will be there in the law of contract, in the economic efficiency in the law of contract. That's what I want to say is. And that is the syllabus that we last time we discussed, and today class the continuation of the law and economics in contract. That is the. So welcome Petrolina Chuma, because I saw you just now. I believe that you are hearing me. Unmute and say yes.
Yes.
Very good, very good. I appreciate. See, practice makes the man perfect, and both the way it will be happen. And this online class, what I told you, if you could miss my class also, if anybody absent, they could hear my class, at least understand 25 to 50%, but repeatedly if you could do so, you could understand 70%. So this is the continuation of my earlier class, that is the law and economics in contract. That is what we are going to study in this class. So continuation is concerned, I completed up to this extent. Then such exchange cannot therefore be implemented in spot market and requires some form of advance commitment. Whenever the supply of the goods are there, if the supply is more, the cost of the goods will be less. If the supply is less, the cost of the goods will be the high. Am I right? Participant?
Yes, Prof. Yes.
For instance, if you take in Iringa, when the nyanya is more, the cost is less. When the nyanya means tomatoes are less, then the cost is more. So it depends upon the demand and supply. So that is the reason when the cost is less, people used to keep the pickles. I don't know whether you know the pickle. Najwa pickle, Pickles, pickle. Say yes or no.
Yes.
The pickle, you can marinate it and keep for a longer time, and you can use it whenever you like it, when there is no curry. So people used to make the mango pickle, people used to make even a tomato pickle. Sometimes the people use also mutton pickle and chicken pickle also. The reason is, if you make it in the future, it can be used over there. When the cost is less, at the time when you make it, in the future you can use it. That is an advantage of it. Yes, Karibusana, Fidelis kitenge. Yes, if you have any problem, you bring to my notice. I will see that your problem will be solved. So, excuse me. This is the continuation of the law and economics in the contract. So that is that we are dealing now. So in the typical insurance context, the transaction is motivated by the insured risk aversion. Now I will ask you, any one of you can give the answer if you know the answer. If you don't know the answer, you say pass on. I will give the answer. But don't waste the time. Why do we insure our vehicle in the insurance company? Either is a motorbike, two-wheeler, or it is a four-wheeler car. Anyone can give the answer. Yes?
Sorry, Prof. Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Yeah, no matter. Why do we insure our two-wheeler? You know what is two-wheeler? Motorbike.
Mm-hmm.
And why do we insure our four-wheeler? That is a car, C-A-R, car. And why don't we insure the bicycle? Insurance company I am speaking about.
Okay, so your question is, why do we insure our motorbike and cars?
Yes.
And instead of bike, I think it's because the cost of a car or a motorcycle is much expensive rather than a bike, and it is easy to buy a new bike as opposed to car. So we just pay a small amount so as to minimize a future more costful risk that may occur.
Okay, now
So
I
that
remove the
is
bicycle. Now we discuss about the motorbike and car. Tell me.
motorbike and car.
Yes. Why do we insure in the insurance company?
So as to cover any future risk that may occur.
I don't know whether it is there in Tanzania or not. Any vehicle purchased should be on the road only after the insurance. Otherwise, the vehicle should not be on the road. That is the reason now the showroom company itself, they are insuring the vehicle, and that to be the third party insurance. No, because a new vehicle is then a comprehensive insurance which covers the entire, the car which is damaged, the people who are traveling in the car, they will get the compensation, and the third person who got injured, he will get the compensation. Means entire thing will be covered over there. That is called zero depreciation insurance. In other words, we can say it is a comprehensive insurance and whose premium is more. Excuse me. When a car is purchased over there, immediately it will be insured, then only it will be on the road. Otherwise, he will not release the car without insurance. The purpose of the making the insurance is to secure the owner. If any untoward incidents happen, he will not be on the road. The insurance company will come into the rescue and distribute the loss, and whatever the cost to the car or the car owner, on behalf of him, that insurance company come to the rescue of all the people to pay the compensation. So the purpose of making this insurance is to get that it will be easy for the owner of the car to maintain the car, to play the car, to use the car. Otherwise, if the insurance is not there, then the car owner, he will be matatizo, means he will sell his house for getting the compensation to be paid to the victims. Are you following me?
Yes, Prof.
That is the reason economic efficiency comes over there in the transactions, in contract, in leading the life. So, in the transaction, economic transaction, efficiency will be seen over there because the distribution of the loss will be shared by the insurance company. That is the reason the premium of the comprehensive insurance is more, the premium of the third party insurance is less. But the old vehicle, you do generally third party insurance. What is the lifespan of a motorbike, or what is the lifespan of a car? To be on the road?
Probably, I don't know. It depends on its use.
Okay. I will give the answer to you. Because it is not for the life of the car. No. It is a 15 years from the date of manufacturing or selling, not manufacturing. From the date of selling the car, 15 years life would be given. And the 15 years life, at a time, you have to pay all the taxes in the 15 years. Till the 15 years, you need not to pay anything. But insurance, you have to make it every year. Are you following me?
Yes, Prof.
So that is the lifespan. They will make it out so that the economic efficiency would be there make for any transaction. So in the typical insurance context, I told you, no, transaction, it is motivated by the insured's risk aversion. So when the risk would be there, the risk will be taken by the insurance company. But the need to contract across the different states is more general than that it is not a relate to on risk aversion. See, risk aversion will be taken by the insurance company. For instance, consider purely the speculative exchange between the risk neutral parties in which trade is motivated by the differences of opinions regarding the probability of the future events. See, now the question comes over there. I don't know how far that you agree with me. Do you think that insurance company will be profited by making the insurance to the car, or they will become insolvent? Yes.
To my opinion, I think the company cannot be insolvent because so long as they get premium the moment they just sell a car, that means they get a lot of money as premium. So in case, and not all, probably not all cars may get involved into an accident.
Appreciate,
So
I
because
appreciate, I appreciate. Proceed.
so probably the company may not become insolvent just because it is going to pay the risk that may occur, and so long as every car it is required to be insured at the moment they're going to buy it, that means the company get a lot of profit out of those amounts which are paid to every car.
Yes. The purpose of it, no, as you said, all cars will not get accident. If all cars will be get accident, I don't think that the company will be survived. Am I right?
Yes.
So, in the flow, excuse me, they get the premium from the various stakeholders, means those who insured, from the pool of the amount, they will pay only meager amount to the one or two cases which will be involved over there. But if you make the renewal of your insurance company of the same insurer, if there is no claim you made it in that particular year, then your premium of payment will be lessened. The second year you need not to pay that much premium. For a simple accident, don't take from the insurance company. You pay from your own wallet. Because if a major accident comes over there, the insurance company will take care of it. But again, the hitch is there. For all parts, the insurance company will not pay. Some parts, they will pay 100%. And like, for instance, you take the plastic parts or fiber parts, they will give the only 40 to 60%. For glasses, they give a different particular percentage is there. So, of course, the lot of amount will be paid by the insurance company, but Kidogo, a little amount like the 10% to 20% will be paid by the owner of it. But still, owner is happy. Am I right?
Yes, Prof.
Yeah. So that is the reason. See, you take any transactions in the contract, in the insurance, there is economic efficiency is there. With that only the people will do the business. What is the purpose of doing the business? The purpose of doing the business to get the profit. Am I right?
Yes.
Good, good. So now I would like to say that they can make themselves better off ex ante by entering to the forward exchange in which the second promises to deliver to the first. Of course, he is given some explanation regarding the same point which we discussed earlier. So now let us concentrate on this point. An analogous problem arises with the rental of the capital assets or the extension of the credit. Either the rental is concerned or a credit is concerned, even though the owner of an asset may not be at highest value, she may be unwilling to yield the possession to a higher value user for fear that she will be unable to get it back at the end of the rental period. So now the question comes over there. In the rental period, the rent is concerned. The rent is depending upon the facilities available at the house. If the house is very moderate or having the hi-fi, Wi-Fi arrangement, the rental is more. If it is low, like self-contained is there, the amount will be more. If the common is there, the amount is less. So the facilities, the arrangements which is made, depending upon that factor, the rental would be there for any lodging or any hotel. Are you following me? Yes? Hamid?
Yes, Prof.
If you eat
Yes,
mama antiliye, najwa mama antiliye. Najwa
yes, we know. Yes, we know.
If you eat at the mama antiliye samaki, sato, the cost is less. The same sato you eat in Bonasera. What is the cost of the Bonasera? Najwa Bonasera.
Ndio.
What is it, Bonasera?
Bonasera probably it's a club and pub, a professional one.
Yeah, it's both. You do have drink, you do have chakula also. They charge 30,000 for the sato. Of course, that's the bigger one. But if you eat the mama antilie, she will not give the total. Of course, if she give the total also, the cost is not more than 10,000. Why the difference should be there? Tell me.
Bonacera is the luxurious one. There is a comfortability, first of all, and there are other services that you may get apart from the sat only, and you enjoy. You get fresh air because it is at around the almost close to the sea level. And sometime if you go to weekend, you'll get a free band live. Uh, Even treatment from customers from the servers is different from the momentilier, so that's why it's expensive.
A wise man, he never go to the bonacera. He will buy from the mama antilie and go to the home and eat it. If the facility is not good, like hygiene is there in the mama antilie. The purpose of my giving the example is the facilities you provided and the arrangement you do it, the entertainment you created. In the mama atelier there is no music and there is no Rambo to serve you. Are you following me?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, Prof.
So
Yes.
depending on the services used over there, the cost of is varies. And a person who could afford it can go to the bonacera, or he could go to the mama antilie and buy a samaki, kukanga or kuchoma, sato, and go to the home and eat it. So the purpose of giving it is, in every transaction, people try to use their mind. What do you say mind? Bongo, bungo. Bongo. To me a bongo. Use your brain and see that things should be done. Are you following me?
Yes, Prof.
So economic efficiency for each transaction, a person should have to make it out. Either it is the insurance company or it is a contract which is said to be the obligation, which turns to be the contract as well as the tort. Everywhere people will measure in the terms of the money transaction. The law of property provides a partial solution to this problem by entitling the owner to reclaim her asset, but eventually difficulty make this alternative an imperfect one. For instance, the law of property, and when you can insure your house also, if it is burnt by the fire or untoward instance, the insurance company will come to the rescue and pay the amount. So whenever you spend a lot of amount for the construction, for the transaction, see that you should not be suffered a lot if any untoward incident happens to you. That is the reason people will go for the insurance, because we cannot predict what is going to happen next. Even the goods transferred from one country to another country by sailing, by the vessel, by the ship, by the air, but every time they try to insure the property so that if any plane crashes there, they are going to get the compensation. If any shipwreck is there, they are going to get the compensation. If any car or a lorry will get in an accident, collision will be there, they will get the compensation. So whenever the goods were transferred from one country to another country, from one place to another country, one place to another place, they try to make the insurance. That means in all contracts, in all transfer of property, economic efficiency that we will see it. How far we will survive would be there, and where the insurance company will come to our rescue. That is the reason now the insurance companies are growing like a boom, a mushroom growth. Lot of insurance company are there. Even the government has given the permission for a private company also to make the insurance. Am I right?
Yes, Prof.
It will give the permission especially in India. Even the government insurance companies are less and the private insurance companies are more. I believe that here also there is a private insurance company which are there, to my knowledge. Definitely it will be there. So that is the reason. So here the law of property will, yes, if property is damaged over there, before selling or after selling, how the terms and conditions are there, then it will be there. Before selling, if the property damage is there, the owner should have to take care of it. If the property is sold, the property is damaged later after the sale agreement is there, then the buyer should have to take the responsibility for that regard. So here they say law of property has given certain notions, norms, doctrines where a person would be compensated. So that is the one aspect of it. The law of property provides a partial solution to this problem by entitling the owner of the reclaimed asset. But evidentially, difficulties make the alternative an imperfect one, as illustrated by the old maxim, possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is the 99% ownership. Am I right?
Yes, Prof.
Suppose if it is a movable property, naturally possession should be the main factor. If it is a immovable property also, possession is the main factor. People will not see who is the owner of the property. People see who residing on the property. Later on that we will see that who is the owner of the property. Because a person who has taken the lease and staying in that property will act like a owner and he will not allow any other person to encroach in that property. Am I right?
Yes, Prof.
The property in possession could claim, for instance, that the transaction was a gift or a sale, that the agreed lease period had not yet expired. In such a setting, a contract that specifies the parties' relative rights and duties make the borrower's promise to return the assets more credible, facilitating exchange. Suppose if a property is given for the lease, say a house. If a house is given the lease, there is a lease period. What is the lease period for the house? Anyone?
It depends, Prof.
Residential houses always 11 months or 1 year.
Sure.
If it is a company, in sometimes 99 years lease also be there. I don't know whether you know it or not. Singapore, 99 years lease was there at the time.
Even here in Tanzania, the maximum on the long-term lease is approximately to almost 99 years. You cannot lease more than 99 years in Tanzania.
Yes.
In case of...
Because if you happen to see University of Dar es Salaam, have you been to the University of Dar es Salaam anytime?
Myself, no.
Okay. If you happen to see the University of Dar es Salaam from the second gate, when you are going towards Moenge, There is a shopping complex is there, a shopping mall. It is run by the South Africans. The shopping mall, ShopRite is there. Total, that area which is given over there for the 99 years lease. If I not be mistaken. They constructed their own staff quarters there, and they constructed a beautiful parking places there. A good auditorium is also there, and it is given for the 99 years lease by the University of Dar es Salaam, and hence University of Dar es Salaam get also the extra amount as their revenue. Even the south, on the roadside, all the shopping complexes are given for the rent. Am I right? Forget about the inside. Inside there are hotels are there. So why I am giving this point is people try to rise the income sources by giving the lease. And when your lease is given over there, once the lease period is over, you have to hand over the property as it is when you have taken it. If any damage is happened to the property, it is the person who has taken the rent should have to make a damages. Of course, not for the depreciations, but not other things, wear and tears. If any other damage is done intentionally to the property, then the owner will claim it. The property which is given you lease in the same way, in the same fashion, you should be returned back to that. That is called reversion. So the lease period is over, the reversion will take place, and the assets and a person will get the same, what he is given and what he received it. Of course, for the wear and tear, one cannot make it out. So more generally, some form of commitment is necessary to any exchange in which the performance is sequential, because the party who performs the first is effectively extending the credit to the party who performs the second. So naturally, when you make the renewal of the contract, a renewal can be done at that instance only when a person has kept the property in a good condition. Suppose he spoiled the property, naturally the renewal cannot be done, because the owner knows if he could renew it, still the property will be in depreciation, it will go down, because the person who has taken the rented property will not maintain the property in a proper way. So it may be second time he will either renew it or he can say goodbye. It may be possible to structure the exchange to that each stage of the party's performance is timed to coincide with the performance of our counterparty. It depends upon the parties, both the parties' agreement. An installment sale of the goods in which each shipment is delivered COD. Of course, it is a on payment, delivery on payment, or delivery after the payment, or free payment. So these are all the terms and conditions to be there when you are making the shipment. But in many instances, such timings may be infeasible or costly. So when you're making the shipping contract, there the economic efficiency is, if it is reached in time, it's well and good. If it is not reached in time, if any negligence on the part of the merchandise, the ship, or the ship owner, or the person who is sailing the ship, if a negligence on the part of him would be there, and it is he who has to pay the compensation. But if it is a vis major, act of God is there, then one cannot make it out. Of course, insurance would be there for which is boarded in the ship. Yes, insurance company will come to the rescue and see that it will be done. For instance, consider a grocery that requires a regular delivery of a perishable commodity such as a milk. Grocery where the provision should be sold. Even the milk, either fresh milk. So in many instances, such thing there, grocery that requires a regular delivery of a perishable commodity such as the milk. In the milk, when they are selling it now, they should not supposed to sell the stale milk. If the stale milk will be sold, it will be pasuka. Najua pasuka. Yes,
Ndio,
it will be split.
ndio,
Yes.
If the stale milk is there, it will split. And you cannot you cannot prepare the chai. Chaya maziva. It will become miganda. Sometimes now, the split milk, people try to use it because you can add some sugar, then it will become a sweet dish. Am I right? Did you try any time? Please give me the answer, yes
yes,
or
Prof.
no.
Yes, Prof.
Very good, very good. So, the cost of making and receiving the payment, keeping cash on hand. Yes, Hamis Ahmed, now you are waiting. The second time or third time. Naina Kuchumadawa. So, for instance, consider a grocery that requires a regular delivery of the perishable commodity such as a milk. So, when you're selling the milk, naturally, if it is not sold over there, the person who supplies will take back because he cannot bear the cost of it if it is not sold. So, he will take only certain extent the milk packets where he could afford to sell it. If he could not sell it, generally excess, nobody will take it because they know how much the demand would be there. Of course, nowadays we are not getting the Tanga Fresh. Tanga Fresh is not available over there. But only that we can take the milk from the people, those who are having the Ingombe. So now the cost of making and receiving the payment, keeping cash on hand, updating the accounts, preventing the embezzlement, general substantial scale of economies of the disbursement for the multiple shipment are combined into a single monthly payment. So what here the example which is given over there, whatever the transaction if you do it in economic efficiency way, including the selling the fresh milk. Fresh milk, every day the fresh milk comes. If it is not sold over there, of course you can keep that in the fridge, but it can work only for 1 day, 2 days. After 3 or 4 days, that becomes split milk. And it cannot be prepared for the chaya maziva, the tea. So they will take back. The person who supplied should have to take back, including the medicines. If the medicines are expired over there, the company should take back. Otherwise, the shop owner could not bear the cost of it. If it is not sold, the company should have to take back the expiry date, all the medicines. With that condition only they will keep it. Of course, we'll sell it. Suppose if it is not sold, then if the expiry date has come, then the company should have to take back the expired medicines. So in all transactions, people will see that the economic efficiency, the law of contract and economics, they try to use it, then only they make the contract with the companies or the parties or the suppliers and whoever it may be, which are perishable in nature. Are you following me? Yes, at any time it can stop it now. So,
Yes, Professor.
today we did, I think I posted this file to you already. I will show you the file name. See, this is the file name, Law and Economics Contract. I posted you the Law and Economics of Contract, the Benjamin Hermalin. Please check it. I already posted you in my last class so that you could have a bright knowledge regarding which I missed it. Of course, it's very lengthy, but we will pick it out certain points only, not all the points. But because of the introduction I have given dealt, otherwise I can jump it over, then I can give some of the hints from place to place which are essential for us. Because we don't only read the contract, we also read the chart also, where the economic efficiency will be measured. Is it clear? See, this
Yes,
is about all the
Professor.
contract. Farmer
So I spend a lot of time working on social media for my clients. I create a lot of video content